Hello everyone, welcome to Math Pretest Unit 1A Review. Let's go ahead and let's get started. So, number 1, you have 100, it says 10 times as much as 10. So, that's going to be, you're multiplying this number by 10. And whenever you multiply something by 10, you just add a 0 to the end of it. So, it'd be 100. Now, 1/10 of something, you're dividing it by 10. Okay, you're dividing that number by 10, so you're going to take away a 0. So 10, when you take away the 0, is 1. Okay, so when you multiply by 10, you add a 0, so it'd be 100. When it's 1/10, you take away 0. So 700, add a 0, 7,000. 700, when you take away that 0, right, because you're dividing it by 10, it's 70. Okay, and number 1 for 8,000, you add another 0 because you're multiplying by 10, it's 80,000. And 1/10 of that is 800. So always remember that when you're going through numbers, you have it in the ones place. So like 0, this would be in the ones place. Tens place, hundreds place. Okay? 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. And notice you put a comma in between that. But this is always going to be in the ones, tens, 100. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. 1 million, so that's the pattern there. Okay? So I want you to be aware of that, because it's going to help you with the place value as well, which we'll get to in number 2. So what is the place value of the following numbers? So 1, 10, 100, it's 700. And then the second part of that is 1, 10, 100, 1, 10, 100,000, it's 600,000. Okay? Number 3, write the numbers in expanded form. So expanded form, you're taking each of the digits and you're so like 3, and you're going to multiply it by its place value. That's what expanded form is. So 3 would be 3 plus 1, or sorry, 3 times 1, 3 times 1. But we like to start from left to right. So let's start with the 4. The 4 is going to be in the 100,000 place, so it's 4 times 100,000. Plus the 5 is in the 10,000s place, so 5 times 10,000. And then this 5 is in the 1,000s place, so it's 5 times 1,000. The 7 is in the hundreds place, so it's 7 times 100. And then finally, there's nothing in this place, there's a 0, so we just leave it blank. You get the 3 in the ones place, so it's 3 times 1. Okay? So this is what it's going to look like when you spread it out like that. Okay, you got to see what's the place value. The 4 is going to be in the 100,000, so it's times 100,000. And then this is written out as, in standard form, it's just 900,000. There's nothing in the 10,000, so you put a 0 there. 5,367. Okay? Number 4, the McKinley Choir is sending 9 members to a singing contest. It's going to be 678 per person. So you're taking 678 and you're multiplying that times 9. Because there's 9 people, 678 each. So 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 7 is 63, plus 7 is 70. 9 times 6 is 54, plus 7 is 61. So it's 6,102. You gotta know your multiplication facts, or this is going to prove to be difficult, you guys. So make sure if you don't know them, 1 through 12, you need to practice them. And fortunately, we are making some good progress in that. All right. Now we have a shipping company that's shipping 273 boxes of hats, and each box is 25 hats. So you're taking 273 and you're multiplying it times 25. So first we go right to left with the 5. Okay? So we got 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. 5 times 7 is 35, plus that 1 is 36. You carry the 3. Whatever's in the tens place, you just carry over. 5 times 2 is 10, plus the 3 is 13. Then I cross these numbers out. I'm not going to use them anymore. Add a 0 down here. And then I do my 2's, right to left. my 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. Now I add these partial products to get my full product. 5 plus 0 is 5. And then 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And 5 plus 1 is 6. So our answer is 6,825. Okay, and then number 6, the inverse operations is you're doing the opposite. Inverse means opposite. So 45 divided by blank equals 15. It's going to be 15 times blank equals 45. Okay, you don't have to solve it. You're just saying, what's the opposite? Well, the opposite of division is multiplication. Since this is in what you're dividing it by, that's going to be your answer when you multiply. And it's 15 times whatever makes it 45. Okay, don't have to solve it. But if you're curious, the answer is 3. Now, this one right here, it's blank divided by 15 is 3. So we know 15 is going to go as our answer. And it's 3 times blank. 3 times blank equals 15. And if you're curious what that blank is, it's 5. But you don't have to solve it. You're just doing the opposite, okay? Think of opposite day, right? You're doing the exact opposite. So this is multiplication now. 70 times blank equals 7,000. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So 7,000 divided by blank equals 70. Okay? 7,000 divided by blank equals 70. And this one's multiplication too, so it means you have to divide. And since this is the answer, this goes here. 738 divided by blank equals 123. So inverse operation, you're just doing the opposite. Okay? All right, let's look at number 7. Jaylene has 9 packs of candle wax to make scented candles. Each pack contains 12 ounces of wax, and she uses 6 ounces of wax to make 1 candle. How many candles can she make? So you have to show me the equation and then solve it. So she has 9 packs. Well, first off, I'm going to highlight the numbers that I need. Right? So I see 9, I see 6 and 12, and I know that those are the numbers I'm going to use. So she has 9 packs of candle wax with 12 ounces in each pack. So I know that's going to be 9 times 12. Right? And then she uses 6 ounces to make 1 candle. So this is how much she has total. And you're going to take that total and then you're going to divide it by 6. So you could have it in parentheses, or actually you don't even have to have it in parentheses since 9 times 12 is what you're doing first. Either one is acceptable. And when you do 9 times 12, 9 times 12 is going to be 108, I believe. Wait. Yeah. Because 9 times 10 is 90. Yep, 108. So when you take 108 and you divide it by 6, 6 goes into 1 no time, so I'm going to put 0 as a placeholder, sorry. 6 goes into 10 1 time. 6 times 1 is 6. Yep, 4 left over. Bring down the 8. 48. 6 goes into 48 8 times. So our answer is 9 times 12 divided by 6, which equals 18. So this whole thing is our answer. All right, this is what we should put in the blank spot. All right, that's number 7. Number 8. Joy is helping her aunt craft kits. Her aunt has 210 pipe cleaners. I'm going to underline that. And each kit will include 7 pipe cleaners. Okay, what is the total number of craft kits they can make? So she has 210 pipe cleaners. And she's going to divide that by 7 because they're going to make kits out of them. And 210 divided by 7 is 30. How do you know that so fast, Mr. Morales? Well, I know that so fast because I know that 7 times 3 is 21. So 7 times 30 is going to be 210. But you're taking the 210 and you're dividing it by 7 because you're saying, what's the total number of craft kits they can make? This is a tricky one because they don't explicitly tell you that you're dividing. They're not saying that they're dividing it evenly, but you know they are because it says that they're going to make them into kits, and each kit's going to have 7 pipe cleaners each. So you know that they're going to divide the pipe cleaners into the kits. So you have to read it very carefully. All right, so number 9, you get 3 different ones. You got to write the expression and solve. So the first one, Nick has 25 pens. I'm going to take 25. He gives 10 pens to one friend and 7 pens to another. You could do 25 minus 10 minus 7. You could also do 25 minus, in parentheses, 10 plus 7. Either way, that's 25 minus 17, which gets you 8. Okay? So either one of these answers is correct. I'll accept both. Okay? The second part of number 9, Joshua catches 13 butterflies and lets 8 go every day for a week. So he has 13, and then he gets rid of 8, and this is every day for a week, so you got to multiply that by 7, which gets you the answer 35, because 13 minus 8 is 5, I believe. Yeah, 5, and 5 times 7 is 35. So that's going to be your equation, okay, and it has to be in that order. Okay, I mean, you could do 7 times parentheses 13 minus 8. You could do it like this, but you should have 13 minus 8 in parentheses because you need to solve that. So, and then Andre works for 5 days. Every day he earns 25 but spends 5. So every day he earns 25 but then spends 5. So you won't put that in parentheses, and he does that for 5 days. So 25 minus 5 is 20. 20 times 5 is 100. It should look like that. Okay? You could have also had it 5 times 25 minus 5 like this. But either way, you need to have that in parentheses too. Okay? And let's go ahead and let's do number 10, our final problem. Number 10 says, John has a cafe. Each day he bakes 28 muffins. I'm going to underline that. He also gives away 3 and sells the rest. Each day he also bakes 35 bagels, gives away 4 and sells the rest. So what's the expression to represent the total number of muffins and bagels that he sells in 5 days? 5 days. So he has 28 that he makes, gives away 3 and sells the rest. And he also has 35 bagels, gives away 4 and sells the rest. So you have to find out what that is, and then you have to multiply that by 5. And the 5 could go 5 times and do that too. You could have it either way. Okay? But that's the equation. And you need to have the brackets. Because you're finding out what's the total amount of muffins and bagels that he sells on one day. And then you got to do it for 5 days. You got to multiply by 5. So what would be the amount of muffins and bagels sold for 5 days? Well, let's solve it. 28 minus 3 is 25. 35 minus 4 is 29. No, 31. Almost said 29. 31. Okay, you got to solve those brackets before you multiply it by 5. And that's going to be 56. And then you're going to multiply that times 5. No, I don't know that off the top of my head, but I'm going to do it here. 56 times 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. 280 muffins and bagels would be sold for the 5 days. All right, you guys, that's it for today's review. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know before you take your Unit 1A test. All right, have a good one.